Son, are you okay? I brought a homemade first aid kit. It's spring-loaded for quick access. Go! Ow! 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 Ow!
Homer's inventions are among some of my favorite inventions ever created.
My all-purpose electric hammer. It's for the woman who only has 4/5 of a second to get ready.
The Homer.
This first aid kit idea was just too good to pass up. Let's see how much of an innovative genius Homer actually was. Oh. Ow. Hurt a bit. I'm gonna have to patch that up really quick. Well, it's a good thing I have a first aid kit right here. Even though the internals of the first aid kit are never shown, Homer gives us a really good hint as to how he made it.
It's spring-loaded for quick access. Go!
That means the base of our design has to be spring-loaded, which gives us a really good starting point. I want to focus on 3 major design features for this project. Number 1, the release mechanism. How will the things shoot into Homer's face when the first aid kit is opened? Number 2, how will enough force be applied to the items to stick into someone's face? Number 3, how will we chamber the different items in a universal way for easy resetting? Well, with that, my design will integrate all 3 of these things. Number 1, release. I'm going to use a pin that's attached to a string that's attached to the lid of the first aid kit, and when you open it, it pulls on that string, pulling the pin out, releasing the mechanism. Number 2, force. How am I going to get enough force to actually impale someone? Well, I'm going to use springs. And then number 3, how do I shoot different things? Well, I'm going to use a modular design on this pad over here that will incorporate holes for tweezers, scissors, syringes, basically everything I need to shoot into Homer's face for this challenge. My V1 design is only going to incorporate number 1 and number 2 for now to keep things simple so that we can see if the spring and pin release mechanism works in the first place. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get to testing. So this is the prototype, and it's made up of 4 parts. Very simple. It's got a launch platform here that can move up and down. Obviously the spring in there. And as you pull it down, you can actually launch it. Obviously some design flaws right now. Just watch the pins on the side, pull it down, and launch. I also have this launch pin here. You can pull this whole mechanism down. All these holes align. You put the pin through, and then you load it with whatever you want. And then you aim it, and you pull the pin out really fast, like this. Next, let's put it in the actual toolbox and launch Nerf darts at my face. So same process as before. We have our launching mechanism here with the launch pad and the spring, and the pin is actually hot glued to a magnet that's sitting right up here. And when I open this pin will get yanked out of here, shooting the dart at my face. So let's try that. So an unsuspecting victim, or somebody just trying to use a first aid kit, to be honest, comes along, opens it up, and this is what happens. Ah! Oh, that got me in the face. You want to try something?
Uh-oh. Should I be afraid?
Yeah, try it out. I mean, no, don't be afraid.
It's gonna hurt me.
Nah. You just gotta really open it. Like, really, really open it. Oh.
Ah!
Did it hit you?
It hit my leg.
Oh, what?
Well, I kind of spit it out.
Oh.
I'll try again. No, I don't know how to load.
No, you don't know. Charge that. Alright, we got some problems to work out. Thank you.
Before we get into it, I'd like to take some time now to explain how rapid prototyping actually works. Step 1. Design your model in a CAD software. Step 2. export that model to a 3D printer and begin 3D printing. Step 3. Wait. Step 4. Retrieve your parts from the 3D printer. Step 5. Test your parts and realize you did it wrong. So you have to go back to step 1. Redesign your parts. Step 2. Export it to your 3D printer. Step 3. Wait. Step 4. Retrieve your parts from the 3D printer. Step 5. Test it. Realize it didn't really work. So you gotta go back to step 1. Redesign your parts. Step 2. Export it to your 3D printer. Step 3. Wait. Step 4. Grab your parts. Step 5. Test your design. Realize it's flaccid. Step 5. No, not step 5. Step 1. Oh my god. Step 2. 3D. Wait. Yes. Step 3. Step 4. Retrieve your parts from the 3D printer. Step 5. Test it again. Realize it don't work. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Pet the cat. That's not a step. Step 4. Retrieve your parts from the 3D printer. Step 5. Test it. What? Wait. Did it actually work there? Okay. So it ended up working pretty well, and that had something to do with how exposed the tweezers were versus the Nerf dart.
And with that, here's my final design. What did I change? Well, first of all, in the front here, with all the different pockets, I made it so that each item only sticks out about half instead of all the way. So you can see here with the scissors, it only goes about half. I also took to only using 2 springs instead of all, 5 springs. So that made it launch amply. As well as the pin, instead of going through all the way, I made them kind of short. And because of this, it actually doesn't engage as much, so it's much easier to actually just yank out of the device. As you can see, I made these little side flanges a lot longer so that it slides up and down better and doesn't angle left or right. So when it comes all the way out, it's still straight. Those were all the changes made to the main launcher mechanism, but what about all the other components? First of which is a real Homer head meant for testing. We gotta stick these things into something after all. And secondly, well, let's just say we weaponized something we really shouldn't have. Homer's face right now is a little bit, how you call flaccid. I'm obsessed with that word this video. Should I put it on? This thing probably smells so bad. I mean, it does smell so bad. Oh, I hate this. It's sweaty in there. Anyway, Homer here needs a little bit of structural integrity. So, here's the brick. Brick will be his brain. Brain will go wherever the brain goes. And then, I'm going to fill it with some expanding foam. So that's just going to go everywhere. Fill that brain. It's like its head's full of those Cheetos. I imagine this is how God made Homer Simpson. There's a lot of like spray cheese and bricks. It's like that episode where he ate all the cheese.
64 slices of American cheese. Wow.
All the cheese went right into his brain. Liquefied.
Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's sick.
So now that this is done, on to the weaponizing. One thing I haven't talked about is how Homer weaponized a Band-Aid. My plan for the Band-Aid, because they are a little bit flimsy, I don't think that would really hurt anyone. You couldn't really impale anything with that. What I've gone and done is I've bought some 2-part epoxy resin. I'm going to use that to pour the resin over the Band-Aid, let it harden, And hopefully after that's done, I should be able to put it in my launcher mechanism, shoot it out at a rapid speed, and stick it in someone's head. Anyways, I'm ready to put this thing together and put it to the test. Alright, test time. You're next, buddy. Wait. Before I do this, I should really wear more safety equipment. Like, the glasses are fine, but... Oh yeah, that'll do. 3, 2, 1. They were just Nerf darts. You didn't think I was gonna do the real things to my face, right? Well, I guess it's time for the main attraction. What do you say? 3, 2, 1, go!
Go! Go! Go!
So I've been having some issues, and I found the reason why. I thought, hey, I should be able to stick this in with my hand. Look at this. Here's foam. You ready? Look at this. Yeah, that's not good. Turns out the silicone mask is very bouncy and hard to penetrate. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something great here. I'm gonna give Homer a C-section right in the forehead here. He's just gonna look a little weird. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Marge, I don't feel so good. 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! So the only two components that didn't work were the scissors and the Band-Aid. Kind of figured the Band-Aid wasn't going to work. And the scissors, they were just kind of lopsided, so they just didn't really fly straight. As you can see, not everything goes as planned. Sometimes you have to make modifications along the way to make things work. I'm really happy that the tweezers and the syringe ended up sticking into Homer's head. If you like the content, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks!